so the KOF 15 beta has finally come out. It's finally been announced coming out next month, which is fantastic because I remember not too long ago I was on this show saying that it'll forever just be a logo, because that's all we had for it for a long time. So that thing with all the developers, everybody else releasing. We got this, we got that.
Yeah.
The KOF was like, we present a logo. And that was it.
I remember that.
Yeah, so who next? That's all we got. So we've come a long way from that. We've seen plenty of characters. Your boy MC Amazing was holding that down, giving y'all his reactions to it. So there's excitement there. We got to see different mechanics and how they work within the game. We actually got to see other people play it. We actually got to see some pros play it. We've seen it at many different events. We just seen it at the PlayStation. What do they call it? State of
Play.
State of Play. There we go. I didn't want to say affairs. We got to see it at the State of Play. So, and then we got the announcement of the beta. So they've been on this hype train, man. They've really been doing their job, making sure that we're hyped for this, and they delayed it, which we can really just go ahead and say is a good thing because we've had games released that people was just like take it back and put it back in the oven. So with that being said, and with the beta coming up, who are you guys excited to play most? What things are you guys excited to explore the most? Starting with you, Mr. Gamer.
Well, first I want to say that this game has definitely changed my mind over the course of it being shown off. I wasn't hyped for this game at all.
Oh yeah, you were hating at first. I remember.
I wasn't hating. I was just stating facts because the game did not look that great at first. It just is what it is, man. Them trailers was very, very mild sauce, man. But the game they've made a lot of strides.
They've Guilty Gear strides.
Like they've shown off a lot of characters. They've shown the new characters. The game looks much better visually. Shown like they actually have gameplay footage now. So yeah, I'm actually kind of hyped to try this game out. And the fact they have a beta, I mean, that was probably the other piece of the puzzle that they needed. It's like, okay, we've shown all things. Now, if we can just get our hands on it and try it out and see how it plays, because I feel like for most fighting games, you probably need a beta test just to kind of test out the integrity of the servers and how it plays online, how it feels, and that type of thing. So this is a dope thing. I right now Team Arrival. That's Isla, Dolores, the news character they just showed the trailer off this week, and
Hydern.
Like Hydern is one of my new favorites. I haven't actually played him in recent games because the KOFs that I did play, which mainly was 13, he wasn't in there. But I saw a gameplay of him in 14. I'm like, this character looks fire. The way he just holds you and just burning finger you like from Gundam. It's just like he just holds you up and just blat like, bruh. Like this character is fire, man. So that team is definitely like normally I really didn't have like a pre-made team I was gonna play. I normally play. It was gonna be like Benimaru, Isla, and like Kyo. That's who I was gonna try. But now I definitely gotta play that team. So those three characters I definitely want to play. I'm not sure who's in the beta. I think so I guess the beta is gonna have Dolores, Kyo, Chris, Shermie. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So out of the beta, I'm most hyped to probably just try out Dolores, really. Because she looks dope. She looks like what's the sand character's name? It seems like huh?
You talking about the sand character from King of Fighters?
Yeah, the guy that came in from 14. I would assume that she has some like relation to him. Just thinking because I mean they both have like very similar concepts and fighting styles from what it seems. Like she turns into look like Muck from like Pokemon. She turns into like mud and he turns into like sand. So I'm thinking that there's some type of maybe relation there or something. I don't know. But yeah, she looks pretty dope. Definitely want to try out. I think the design is pretty cool. And we have we had a black chicken in KOF
Yes, in King of Fighters 14,
14?
one of the one of
Oh
the
yeah, was she Brazilian?
I think she was. She was from
Okay,
definitely from South America.
Capoeira.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I remember now. Yeah. But yeah, this is dope. Just to find out that we got a beta. Want to try it out because I want to get my hands on it, see how the game feels, see how it plays, and that's it, man. Expectations have been shattered so far.
On that note, yeah, I definitely agree. Like, I mean, my expectations were already pretty good from the beginning. Number one, because King of Fighters, despite what everybody else thought, I thought King of Fighters 14 was good. I liked it. I had a lot of fun with it. I thought the characters were cool. I even when I was losing, there was never a time that I played the game and I was like, oh, I'm not having a good time. I thought that game was great. You know, it's just like I just needed more time to get gooder with it, get gooder at the game. But I had a like with King of Fighters 15, I always felt that the game was going to be pretty cool. And it kind of like the trailers, like Mr. Gamerless said, they weren't great when they came out, but they've escalated over time. Like definitely they've definitely upped their game in terms of their trailers over like the past past few months. And I mean, with the character announcements, the choices of characters that they had in the game. Now, admittedly, there are some characters that I feel like they've omitted that I feel like should be in the game. But I mean, so far, like it looks like a pretty solid roster of characters. I mean, you can't like say that like these. I mean, this is a pretty nice roster of characters. Like there are some people who I think should still be in the game, but I'm really liking who I see so far. And like Mr. Gamerlift said, yeah, Team Rival looking really good. Before they even had all three characters in the team, I was like, okay, I'm going to play Isla. Okay, I'm going to play Hyder. I'm going to try Hyder now. And then they're like, okay, Dolores, definitely going to play Dolores. And they're like, oh yeah, this is a full team. I'm like, really? I'm like, my question is like, my question is, what is it that binds these three characters together? I can maybe see like why Dolores and Isla are on the same team, but why is Hyder working with them? I mean, what's his game here? Like, what exactly is his place in this team? There's got to be some kind of purpose. I mean, and I'm really interested to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, this is one of those things where we're talking about lore, where like I'm interested in lore from the jump, like just by the way that they've made, where they have the characters placed on a team, because it's like, why are these characters on a team? You usually have like the usual suspects like Benimaru and his group all together. You have like Kyo, and then sometimes he'll team up with Iori and stuff, because that's what they do, right? Like Kyo will team up with Iori every once in a while, but then Kyo's got like, he'll team up with like Shingo or something like that every once in a while. You got like Kim, who teams up with bad guys like Raiden and Cho and stuff, every once in a while. But why? It just like, to right now, I'm just like, the burning question is, why is Hyder teamed up with Isla and Dolores? I have to know. So I cannot wait until the game comes out so we can actually see that. In addition, the fact that we're getting a beta is amazing. Like Mr. Gamerlift said, a really good chance for them to test out the servers. You got to have those servers like working, man. In a fighting game, that having your servers not work, especially on day one, is a potential kiss of death. And like, it's like right off rip, like it can be a kiss of death from day one. And then if you don't fix it, it gets even worse. Like Grand Blue Fantasy Versus is a great game. It's fun. It's got great mechanics, but it suffered from not having great netcode. Like it's like, I mean, it just suffered so much. It suffered so much for so long. And now, like, it's like I'm playing the game and I'm really enjoying it, but there's nobody to play. I definitely don't want there to be like a situation like with King of Fighters where they do the same thing, where like, it's like the netcode isn't quite where it needs to be, and then we end up in a situation where like there's nobody to play online. Also, in addition to that, SNK has a problem with releasing all of their game, they're releasing their game on all the consoles at the same time. It'll be like, okay, we're going to release it on PS4 now, and then like a year from now, we're going to release it on like Switch, and then maybe like a year, maybe half a year from after that, we're going to release it on PC. It's like, you know, I think it would behoove them, hopefully in this case, to release it on all consoles at the same time. You know, like I think that would be the best way to go, because I mean, even better than that, just make it cross-play, man. Like, just make it like go like Street Fighter, go down the route of Street Fighter 5 and make it cross-play. So then it doesn't matter what console you get it on. You get it on the console you like the most and just play with your friends. Just do like Tetris Effect, right? Where you just like, instead of having to do like, oh, I need you to send me an invite, just start a lobby, have a lobby code, have them type the lobby code into their thing, and then it puts them into the lobby. I mean, I know that there's more to it than that. There's logistics and stuff that are going on behind the scenes, but I implore you, please make this game crossplay. We need this. It needs to be done. Somebody has to be the first to put it on every console and have it be crossplay. We need that. We need a fighting game like that. We need basically the fighting game equivalent of like Paladins or Rogue Company. Like, please.